of my all-time favorite fighters. My brother,
Your brother.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
This shit even working?
He doesn't have any money.
Imagine going from being the most paid athlete on earth to becoming broke and in trouble, all just in a few years.
Oh my goodness.
I mean, the gambling got into it. God,
Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
this fool.
Yeah, that's the story of Floyd Money Mayweather, aka Mr. The Best Ever, aka Mr. Money Don't Make Me, I Make Money.
Money don't make me, I make money.
But hey, was Mayweather truthfully making all that money? And how come there's still news about him going broke all over the media? Well, you are about to witness the story about how a mixture of reckless spending, a super flashy lifestyle, and a couple of poor financial decisions can ruin even one of the richest athletes ever.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that.
You know what? I learned something, man. That when men defend themselves way too much and try to prove you wrong, at no matter what cost, they're hiding something like an insecurity or like
Okay.
Oh, and you definitely heard that right. This man here once earned much more than any other athlete in the world, with fights like the one he had with Pacquiao, earning him $250 million, and the one he had with McGregor, earning him a whopping $300 million. In fact, Mayweather made over $1 billion from fights he had in his career, and if we are being honest, like really honest, he truly had a good one. However, it wasn't just about the payday.
Bro, you know how I knew Floyd was not financially educated with money? When he would carry cash for all the time instead of his
fights for his boxing legend. No. It was much more.
I still got all my buildings in New York City. I got over 100 cars paid for. I got 30 houses paid for. I own strip clubs, hookah lounges. I got champagne. I got vape pens. I got betting sites. I own hotels. The list goes on and on.
And that's exactly how things started taking a downhill turn for him.
what the fuck?
You see, Floyd cared more about leading a flashy, extravagant lifestyle and the illusion of unending wealth in his control than he cared about any other legacy. He wanted to be seen as the man who controlled all the wealth, and he would often take drastic actions or make boastful comments to ensure everyone gets that.
Oh, I got a bag back there.
Can you bring it up here? Where's the money? Let's see how much he's carrying.
What the fuck?
He's got a backpack with the money. Is it in a wallet? Oh, it really is. Oh, he's not even lying, yo. Are you serious?
I'm telling you, bro.
Okay, so I'll take 100.
Nothing but cash,
or
bro.
A pile.
From splurging extravagantly on wristwatches and other jewelry to buying multiple luxury mansions and cars, this guy was all over the place, splashing money in millions. And here's the real kicker. He once boasted of owning an $18 million wristwatch.
For that, he got
The
clamped.
most expensive watch that I currently own is $18 million.
One watch.
One watch.
But then, here's one thing about leading this kind of extravagant and flashy lifestyle. The problems often find their way to your doorstep sooner or later.
TBH.
Now, from issues with the IRS to crypto scam cases, and alleged fake housing investment, and multiple unpaid debt settlement cases, these problems already seem to be knocking at the money man's door. And Floyd Mayweather's big exotic empire just seems to be finally crumbling.
Ladies and gentlemen, chaos broke out. And I'm not talking about legit, bona fide boxing, pure boxing chaos. I'm talking about the kind of stuff that's just embarrassing.
Here's definitely where the story gets even more interesting. Come on. The shady real estate claims. Early in the year 2025, Mayweather came out in what was supposed to be a power move to announce that he had just acquired over 60 apartment units in New York, and that the total of houses he owned in the city was now at about 100 units.
Oh my
I
god.
purchased 62 apartment buildings. in
Yeah,
New
but there
York
was no
City.
proof of
What I
that
need
shit.
you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings. It's a few buildings. But guess what? All the buildings belong to me.
Of course, this announcement was supposed to impress people and position Floyd as a serious investor in the real estate industry. However, something else also happened. Reporters from Business Insiders did a little digging into the claim, and what they found was absolutely shocking. According to the investigations, it was revealed that there was no transaction of such nature with Mayweather's name in the New York property records. Instead, the majority ownership of the properties in question was owned by Black Spruce Management. The New York City Housing Partnership also said they were not informed of such large-scale transfer of property ownership or intending sales in the city. So there's definitely something fishy going on. To Floyd's credit,
I mean,
though,
bro, you
a
can't fake
spokesperson
real
for
estate,
Black
bro.
Spruce
You
Management
can't fake real
recognized
estate, bro.
and described him as a
That's
reliable
just
partner. Who
some of
stands
it's
as a great
mostly
ambassador
most of
for
the
housing.
ownership
Plus,
is
the
public
investigations
information,
also
but
revealed
not
that the
all of
boxing
it.
hero only purchased a minority
Luis.
ownership interest in the portfolio,
Luis.
with options to expand the stake over time or acquire the buildings in their entirety. However, you can remember that in his announcement video, Floyd insisted that the buildings were all his, and that he did not have any partner whatsoever.
Man, bro.
At some point, he was even doing a tour around the city to show off the buildings as his own, and doubling down on his no partners claim. By the way, this is not the first time the man is making a claim of purchasing properties in real estate. Here's another time he was boasting of owning 9 skyscrapers in New York City alone.
If you guys haven't seen one of my buildings, is One Summit.
Yes.
It's actually it's one of the tallest commercial buildings in the world. So just in New York alone, I got 9 skyscrapers.
Here, he was being dodgy when asked about the building's address.
Go to that building.
Don't worry about it.
So yeah, something fishy is really going on. Well, in his defense, Money Mayweather has come out to say that he didn't lie when he talked about his investments. According to him, he could be anything, but never a liar.
My company, I'm not a liar. I'm a lot of things, but I'm not a liar.
Fool,
He
you
has
are
even gone
lying.
ahead to sue Business Insiders for the story they put out about him, insisting that they are cooking up lies against him and his businesses.
I work hard to build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there.
I thought that fool was
and steal
crying,
my
bro.
name and talk bad about me.
I thought he was
talk bad about
crying.
my family, and talk bad about me.
Anyways, in all of these, one thing is abundantly clear.
What?
And it's the fact that Mr. Floyd Mayweather didn't tell us the whole truth when he initially came out to announce his mega investment in New York City's real estate. He didn't tell us that he was only just a minority investor, and he didn't tell us that he was partnering with Black Spruce Management, who are even the majority stockholders in the business as things stand now. Obviously, the money man wanted to flex and brag about the whole business in his usual character. But sadly, that half-truth opened up a can of controversies on him. Controversies that are revealing more cracks in his money
Bro, you know
empire,
that's just bad
and
when that's
showing us
with
that
Grant
things might
Cardone,
not
which I don't
just
think he
be
makes
as
money out of his real
rosy
estate
as
investments.
he has been trying to make us believe all these while. And talking about controversies, this definitely isn't the first time for Mr. Money. Here's another one that really shook the internet and had everyone talking about whether Mayweather has truly gone broke.
For a rematch, Floyd is broke, man. I've been saying.
Do you remember the exhibition fight Mayweather had against Logan Paul? Yeah, we were talking about this one.
How did I won?
Those are fucking dumb, I
Well,
swear.
it turns out that the fight didn't just end that night. Instead, a beef between the two fighters dragged on for months and even ended up in a court case. They even got in a physical brawl for it.
I'm my own boss.
What the fuck? That's not what happened, bro. That was for the press conference. This was
It also
lying.
sparked a controversy that made people see Mayweather in a different way. This one's definitely got to be the most interesting boxing aftermath you'd ever witness, and it started from the very night of the fight.
Logan Paul tries to pressure Floyd, trying to unload now,
What the
throwing
fuck was
punches
that?
from a variety of different angles. Floyd covering up. Logan goes.
Firstly, you naturally expect an absolute boxing legend like Mayweather not to be in the same boxing ring with some random YouTube fighter like Logan Paul, right? And even if it did happen that they got in the same ring, you'd expect that Floyd would smoke the random fighter with a knockout in the very first round of the fight, right? Yeah, well, it didn't happen like that. Surprisingly, this fight was supposed to be an easy win for the boxing legend, but it started to drag out and lasted as long as 8 rounds. In fact, it seemed like Mayweather was not even doing much damage to Logan Paul at some point. So
I mean,
it wasn't surprising when the
That
fight
was it.
ended.
It's
and
an
Logan
exhibition
started
fight. You mean
strutting
why do
around and
you want him
boasting
to
as if
fucking
he
knock this
won
fool
the
out?
fight.
So much for that.
It's an exhibition fight, bro. It's not like he's gonna knock him out.
And if we are being honest, lasting up to 8 rounds against Mr. The Best Ever in a boxing match,
Man, that sounds like
can
a
be
hater,
seen
bro.
as
The one
almost
that did the
equivalent
video
to
sounds like a
victory
mean ass
for a
hater.
fighter in Logan's level. Mayweather would later come out to say that the fight only lasted that long because it was an exhibition. According to him, if it were to be a real boxing match, then he would have finished off Logan from
No
the
shit,
very
that's what I'm
first
saying.
round.
I could have. I could have really pressed real hard, start doing, this crazy combinations, but.
However, the explanation was already too late at that point because something else, something even more interesting and damning, was already brewing. This time, it had to do with money. Again. You see, not
Let's
long
watch
after...
another video. This seems too biased, bro. I don't like the video so far, to be honest with you. He's just talking nonsense. Like, he's just talking like shit that really didn't happen in the fight. Like right now with the Logan Paul, Jake Paul, that didn't happen.
Mayweather generated $1.6 billion in total boxing event revenue across his entire career. His personal takeaway from that, over $1 billion. More than any fighter.
Let's watch the academics one, man. Man, this video's alright, bro, but I just feel like...
I could have really pressed real hard, start doing, this crazy combinations, but...
Let's just watch it, bro.
According to Logan, he noticed that Floyd was trying to be sneaky and take advantage of him because he was a newbie in the boxing world, and he wouldn't just take that.
I realized, okay, I'm being strung along. This is a classic, hey, buddy, you're the new guy in this industry. We're going to puppeteer you however we want. Hop on for the ride and shut up. Instead of shutting up, I make fun of him on social media and let everyone know that he doesn't.
At some point, Logan went as far as threatening to sue Mayweather for that money.
Yeah. So we're going to sue Floyd Mayweather.
And they never won.
Indeed. Mayweather did not like being in such a spotlight, especially considering all the heat that was coming with it. So he had to respond to these accusations and at least offer some explanations. According to him, Logan was making all that noise because he didn't know how payment works in the boxing industry. The pay-per-view money usually takes some time to come, so if you gotta earn from it, then you gotta be patient. The boxing legend was also a bit cocky though, and told Logan to shut up and enjoy the biggest payday he ever had in his life.
The money is not coming fast enough. That's why when they say money on the back end, as far as pay-per-view, it take a while. And he shouldn't trip. If he feel like he done great numbers and we done record-breaking numbers, then I understand. Nothing comes.
Anyways, you wouldn't totally blame Logan Paul for calling out Floyd and demanding for his money. After all, Mayweather owns the promotion from that fight, and obviously, they made a whole lot of money from it. So, it's naturally the right thing to pay the young man his cut, and let that chapter be closed. Well, unless you do not have the money to pay, which is even a worst-case scenario because it's pointing out another crack on the money empire. But hey, if you want to know what the biggest crack on the money empire and all that flashy show-off is, then you gotta check this next controversy out. This one rocked Mayweather like a high-volume earthquake, and some of his precious assets were even seized for it. In fact, it had
crazy,
people
bro,
across various industries questioning what was really wrong with Money Mayweather. And no, it's not as if these people are affiliated to boxing. It even got the tough man himself almost teary at some point.
Yeah, we don't want to talk about it.
Man, that's crazy, bro. Fucking Floyd.
We're gonna get through this.
Now, remember when we
Man,
talked about
that's what I'm
leading
saying,
a
this video is
super
biased,
flashy,
bro.
extravagant lifestyle and how it often comes with consequences? Well, one of those consequences is that you are most likely to run into troubles with the IRS at some point. Yeah, you guessed right.
No, they're
Floyd
mine.
Mayweather has already hit
I'm not
that
gonna let you
point
borrow
in
my
his
headphones.
troubles, and it's not even the first time. So, here's one thing
what you did
about
to him.
Owning private jets, expensive
Look.
cars, luxurious
not funny.
mansions, and jewelry that
Better not
run
fuck
into
him up.
millions of dollars in cost. They often
Better
come
not be
with
screaming
extra
and shit.
baggage in terms of expensive maintenance and outrageous taxes. You definitely have to plan for these things before making your purchase, or you might just be shooting yourself in the foot. Boom.
Fuck, bro.
In Floyd's case, he must have forgotten about these extra costs.
Bro, the
of
thing
owning
about
the
Floyd is
luxury
that-
properties, or he
I don't want to watch this video. I'm fucking... That fool posts fucking videos that... He has information wrong. Let's watch academics. Even though he gets drunk out of the Henny, bro. Even though he gets drunk out of the Henny.
Now,
while I'm at it, we're gonna keep pocket watching for a bit. Business Insider did something on Floyd Mayweather, and they exposed the shit out of Floyd Mayweather. Oh my God. Business Insider, I don't know who's paying them off or whatever. Maybe it's 50 or somebody who don't like Floyd, but they did a hit piece on Floyd Mayweather. Check this out. So it was a typical scene for anyone familiar with the life Mayweather flaunts on social media. The 40-year-old boxing champion sitting in a cabin on a private jet, counting out a heap of 100 bills.
Bro, the thing about Floyd is that fool will like go to strip clubs, bro. Bring his whole fucking squad with him and waste money.
You know, people only talk about winners.
Bro, they will fly private, and then this fool will go buy jewelry and and then women come. Women are expensive, my G, especially if they don't work.
Mayweather, as he calls himself, was indeed a winner in the ring. Ended his pro career in 2017 with a 15-0 record. He scored more than $1 billion in paydays for boxing, making him the 10th highest paid athlete of all time, according to sports business outlet Sportico. Since his retirement, he's fashioned himself as a business mogul who...
My bad, guys. My bad.
Keeps him in Bugatti cars, Richard Mille watches.
And then having cars like that is expensive as well.
I'm financially set. I want to let everybody know this. He said in 2021, every property I have is paid for. My jet paid for. All my cars are paid for. I own $1 billion buildings.
Hell no, bro.
Everything is no longer paid for. They're exposing them if you don't know. Mayweather took out millions of dollars.
Bro, you know someone's lying when they pay everything cash, bro.
Come on, bro. He also faces a string of lawsuits and liens that say he owes money for a Mercedes Maybach G-Wagon.
Cars.
Wait, they make Maybach G-Wagons? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Jet fuel, which obviously is for a jet, and garbage collection at his Las Vegas mansion. So it looks like they've pulled all his debt. At the same time, he's trumpeted a major entry into the big league. Commercialized real estate. Starting in the fall of 2024, Mayweather talked about spending bliss on commercial property in New York through his newly formed real estate firm. Splashy moves that earned him a featured spot at the prominent real estate conference with a session titled "Real Estate Knockout: The Floyd Mayweather Strategy."
And then I think he had like boxing gyms. I think that's what fell too.
Strategy.
Boxing gym ventures. That shit fell,
doesn't
bro.
always end in big deals though. Business Insider found.
Let me see.
Dude. Mayweather's social media last year promoted an article that he reported that he made $100 million in his portfolio of a Manhattan luxury high-rise apartment towers owned by Go Partners. People with knowledge of this investment said Mayweather put a nominal sum late last year and did not invest further, and his initial equity in the deal was later absorbed by the Go Partners, leaving him with no stake.
Damn, bro.
The portfolio of the buildings was eventually spun off into publicly traded entity.
I think this is what fucked him up.
Bought a portfolio in a rent-regulated
the gyms, bro. He was
in Upper Manhattan for $402 million, declaring that all the buildings belong to me. I don't got no partners.
This is what fucked him
Business
up, bro.
Insider previously reported that there were no property records showing an outright or majority sale. Meanwhile, in the last 18 months, 2 of Mayweather commercial properties have been foreclosed, and he's at risk of losing his Las Vegas business or building that houses his strip club, the Girl Collection, over $52,000 in back property taxes and penalties. He's also been accused in lawsuits of failing to pay for millions of dollars in luxury items, including watches and high-end jewelry. Allegations he has disputed. Mayweather has been pursued by creditors over Air Mayweather, which is his plane, the Gulfstream jet that's been the symbol of his mega wealth. In December, FAA records showed that he had sold the plane, and he sold mansions in Beverly Hills and Miami to 2 of his real estate partners.
That's wild,
Business
bro.
Insider reviewed hundreds of pages of public records, interviewed dozens of current and former friends, and business associates of Mayweather.
50 Cent wasn't lying, saying that there was no money.
Which includes a convicted felon who has been named in several lawsuits against the boxer. He doesn't seem to have the guardrails that were in place. Mark Trados, a Las Vegas attorney who represented Mayweather during his professional fighting career in various business and legal matters, told the Business Insider. When you've got professionals that are doing the right thing for you, you're a little bit better protected. When you're out there on your own, your protection is dropped. Mayweather's lawyer, Bobby Samini, said Mayweather is not experienced in a financial strain and works with a team of seasoned professionals.
Man, Floyd's going broke.
Mayweather rose from poverty and became the greatest champion in boxing history, transforming his talent and discipline into an undefeated legacy in a highly successful business empire. Creating unfounded narratives misrepresents the truth. So this is one of Mayweather's people talking. and minimizes his achievements.
Hey, academics can actually read, bro. I'm surprised that fool could read. That was always a fucking
most successful
drinking and shit.
Mayweather said that he has embarked on a road to mega wealth in 2007, a decade into his professional fighting career, where he bought himself out of his contract with the promoter, and founded his own company called Mayweather Promotions.
Man, there's no Mayweather such thing as Mayweather Promotion according to 50 Cent. I believe 50 Cent because that's why their friendship failed, because Floyd had no money in the LLC. So there's no money in Mayweather Promotions. It's just a made up. It's just an entity made up. That it was the people that took care of his promotion was Steven Espinosa and Al Heyman. Al Heyman was the one that he tried to cut promoters out, but it didn't work. I mean, Floyd, Al Heyman, and Steven Espinosa did Oscar De La Hoya dirty. I'm not here defending Oscar De La Hoya, but that's what Floyd did to him. So that's a reality. 50 Cent said there's no money in that LLC or entity or incorporation. There's nothing in it.
Allow him to cut out the middleman and negotiate larger proceeds from the pay-per-view ticket.
Told you.
Food and beverage sales. He ditched his original name, Pretty Boy Floyd, and christened himself Money Mayweather. In the ring, his defensive technique and lightning counterpunch made him a winner, even if it deprived fans of the drama of a ferocious knockout. He embraced the role of the villain. Audiences wanted to see bloodied, which enhanced his bankability. There can't be two good guys, he said, leading up to a 2007 fight against Oscar De La Hoya. I chose to be the bad guy.
He's true.
If his enormous payouts, Playboy lifestyle were part of the provocation, he enjoys, or he understood the dynamics of entertainment, says Derek Poindexter, a boxing promoter. People just tuned in to see him get his ass whooped.
Yeah.
As the earnings flowed in, Mayweather kept his fortune where he could see it. Bricks of cash, high-end cars, real estate in Los Angeles, Miami, and his home base in Las Vegas that he owned debt-free. He liked the tangible element of having cash in his hand, watching it come and go, said David Levi, who worked close to Mayweather from 2010 until his last professional fight. Dave Hall, Mayweather's accountant in early 2000, said Mayweather spent heavily without setting aside enough to pay his taxes. In 2017, he paid the IRS $22 million in back taxes, records show. In 2023, he settled with the IRS to pay $5.5 million in back taxes and another $1.1 in penalties, according to a settlement filed in U.S. tax court. The core group around Mayweather began to break up once he left the ring. He parted ways with Al Heyman, his legendary boxing manager from the early 2000s, until Mayweather's retirement, and Leonard Ellerbe, the longtime CEO of Mayweather Promotions. His uncle and longtime trainer, Roger Mayweather, died in 2020. Mayweather has said that his father, Floyd Sr., and also former professional boxer, suffers from dementia. A more recent key figure in Mayweather's life is Jonah Reschnitz, the scion of a well-connected Los Angeles family who gained notoriety for his role as a government informant following his 2016 guilty plea in a sweeping New York City corruption case. Reschnitz testified in a federal court that he had delivered a Ferragamo handbag stuffed with $60,000 in cash to a powerful union boss in exchange for a $20 million investment in a hedge fund, which then lost $19 million.
Again, you?
He's scheduled to be sentenced in January. After the scandal, he returned to LA to reinvent himself as one of the stars, including Kim K and Shaq. Multiple jewelers and other creditors hit Reschnitz and his jeweler.
Bro, I want academics to go wild.
Mayweather, who was a jewelry client, flourished, and Mayweather credited him as an architect in his post-boxing success. He says, when your career is over, you got to make smart decisions.
Yeah, bro.
He said, but a close friend of mine, Jonah Reschnitz, he's a great guy, great person, helped me a lot. The two frequently traveled together, including a trip to Israel.
Imagine
the October 7th
Israel, bro.
where they were pictured.
I don't even want to say nothing bad about Israel, bro. I don't want to get fucking canceled, bro.
Closer to home.
Not canceled, but like, you know what goes on with Israel.
Baseball cap with the TMT logo, the Money Team, which is Mayweather's apparel brand.
Bro, that's crazy.
And the nickname for his posse of friends and bodyguards and close associates. As his influence grew, so have Mayweather's real estate ambitions. By Mayweather's account, his foray into commercial property and investing began more than a decade ago when he met two New York City real estate executives courtside as a nickname.
Bro, what the fuck?
In a meeting the next day, one of the executive, Jeff Sutton, enchanted the boxer by explaining that while he earned staggering sums of money during his fights, During his fights, real estate generates profits. Investors sleep.
This one.
Mayweather said that he began investing soon after, pouring $5 million into a deal that paid him over $50,000 a month in proceeds, and which is an impressive 12% return. Since late last year, there's been headlines about bigger deals, including co-partner venture. Last December, he said he had purchased
Fucking
a building in
academics
New
is
York
just
down in
reading,
District
bro.
for
I
about
thought he
$20
would
million
start going
as
wild.
his gift to his then 3-year-old grandson. I think that's a young boy's kid. Property records show that a company tied to a jeweler, Avi Davidovid, bought the building in June 2025 from his longtime owner, and he declined to comment. In the months leading up to the real estate announcement, he began to free up a bunch of cash.
Well, tomorrow we're gonna go wild with soccer streams, bro. His games all day.
Which he's since sold, so he sold his jet. 2024, Russians introduced Mayweather to Don Hankey, a billionaire specialty lender in Los Angeles. He rose to prominence in the lending business by providing car loans.
Bro, this is, to me, sounds like bad investments all around. I mean, I'm pretty sure he had people around him, but they never told him.
To buyers.
That's the bad thing about not being educated, bro.
He's best known for posting a $175 million bond for President Trump. Over the next year, Mayweather borrowed $54 million from him at roughly a 9% rate.
Fuck.
Ventures. His lawyer told Business Insider.
9%.
He used as collateral 14 residential homes, his Las Vegas strip club, and his jet, according to him, for this loan.
The fuck.
This is the billionaire Don Hackney that Mayweather borrowed $54 million from.
Fuck.
The loan, according to his deal, a portion of the debt was cross-collateralized, which means it was taken across a collection of Mayweather's assets rather than small loans tied to individual properties. The structure is inherently more risky since in the event of a default, the borrowers could lose multiple properties at once rather than one asset at a time. Hankey said that working with Mayweather gave him some insight into the boxer's finances and his wealth. He said, for instance, it appeared largely anchored in the value of his personal homes. When he searched Mayweather's credit history...
So let me get this straight. This fool, the guy that loaned him the money, the $54 million, gave him paper. Let's just call it paper, right? Gave him cash. And this fool took stake on his real estate investment at whatever percentage Floyd owned, even though he didn't own everything, plus his jet, plus his strip club businesses. So who's the one really winning? He could sell that jet and get the money back. Man,
he says, I think some people buy stocks, some people buy bonds and put their money into a bank, and I think he puts his money into houses. Before he came to us, I don't think he tried to borrow very much.
Damn, bro.
Samini, who's Mayweather's lawyer, said that Mayweather had been an ideal client for Hankey. Like many other sophisticated business people, he borrowed against substantial equity in his portfolio.
Bro. Floyd's a dumbass for doing that deal, bro.
In February, a Las Vegas commercial building that Mayweather bought for $3.6 million was sold at an auction to his previous owner. This summer, 2 condos that he owned at the Trump Las Vegas residences were seized by Clark County.
The summer and 2 condos that Mayweather owns at, bro, Vegas, a tourist place. Even though Trump is a real estate guy, that was a good deal because I think they rented out the rooms when the owners wouldn't stay in the condos. They would rent them out to visitors that come to party at Vegas or whatever. That's how real estate works. They will get the room ready, get the condo ready, and they will make money renting them out to people, to tourists. So that was a bad mistake on Floyd's behalf.
Paid property taxes. They were then returned to Mayweather after he made the $21,000 payment. Last month, a $568 lien was put on his mansion.
Floyd gave assets for paper, bro. Let's just call it paper, right? Even though it's money. But the money, once it's out of an asset, it's worthless. Like, you waste it and it never comes back. So this was flying away, bought the stupidest watch ever, I think for like $18 million. What a waste of money, my bro.
Collection. A Texas aviation fuel supplier sued Mayweather companies in June over what they said was $137,000 in unpaid bills, which is jet fuel for his jet.
Bro, that's crazy.
FAA records showed that a lien was placed on the aircraft for another $358,000 for maintenance work. That same month, AJ Raimi, which is Mayweather's former pilot, complained that on social media that the boxer had trashed my reputation in relationships by never paying his jet debts.
Fuck, bro.
Mayweather has since settled his maintenance bill and the lien that was removed in August. He didn't respond to the jet fuel lawsuit, and in October, a default judgment was awarded in favor of the jet fuel company.
No shit.
The FAA has not released specific details about the sale of the jet, such as the name of the buyer or the price. Ramirez says that he still owed money for his work as Mayweather's pilot.
What an idiot,
Mayweather
bro.
harped on loyalty, hard work, determination, doing business the right way, to be betrayed and watch it dwindle, and have someone who had profound impact on you in a good way turn around and burn you like that. I'm still working through it.
Let's see, we.
Samini which is this guy, denied that Ramirez owed money, or that it was betrayed. In 2023,
Damn,
a Los
fucking
Angeles
Floyd's an
court
idiot, bro.
awarded a Nigerian media company $2.4 million judgment on a claim that Mayweather was paid $210,000 for appearances in Africa they never made. He has denied the allegation. His appeal was denied.
What an idiot, bro. Honestly.
The judgment is not paid, and it's swelled to almost $3 million with default interest, according to an attorney for the Nigerian firm.
What an idiot,
Rushness, which is a recurring character in some of these lawsuits brought against Mayweather in the recent years. In 2024, for example, Leonard Solmanov, a high-end jeweler in Miami, filed a lawsuit accusing Mayweather of stiffing him on a $3.9 million bill for various jewelry and watches, including a Patek Philippe 5980 and a 2 Richard Mille's 3502s. Solmanov said in the lawsuit that Rushness, though not named as a defendant, set up the meeting's misrepresentation.
That's wow. So let's just
Thing for the jet fuel. He uses his jet.
So let's just put it this way: Floyd just burned his money in bad investments with friends, and his lawyer didn't even warn him, bro. He just fucked up and charged him his fee and did it. All right, man. We're gonna come back tomorrow to another video. Tomorrow we're gonna have a shit ton of videos to react to. Not only react, but tomorrow's a soccer stream day. So peace out, guys. See you next time.